Yes.
You've been living a private life.
Yeah.
Why have you come out now?
Right now, see, I'm a pastor and I just want to be able to preach the gospel. And this is a great opportunity to be able to extend the message that God gave me. Because you want to be able to be relatable to the people. People need to know you so that you can preach the message that you want to be preaching. Yeah, and so that's mostly why it is. Even when you look at the wedding, why was it public? Why was it on TV? Me, the main reason that I wanted to do that, because I'm very private, was so that I can cast out a net, and so that we can get many people to watch and know who we are and what we do, so that we can preach the gospel. And the Bible calls us to be fishers of men, and that's me fishing. You know, when you fish, you throw a net or you throw bait, and this is just bait, so so we can get you to come to church. So come to church.
What prompted you to get married at a tender age?
I don't think 26 is tender. I think I've grown, I've matured, I've learned a lot. I've been, when you read the Bible, it matures your mind, it changes your life. I've matured and Joanne is mature, so I don't think it's so tender. But in the culture today, people are getting afraid to get married because they're afraid of commitment. They're afraid of, they want to taste every flavor: Chinese, Rwandese, Ghanaian, Kenyan, Nigerian. And I'm saying, guys, Uganda is the right flavor. So just stick to what you know. If you find something good and you find a woman that loves you, cares for you, that is genuine, that has no agenda, you would be stupid to let that woman go. Man, I'm talking to you mostly because you're mostly the ones who would date a woman for 8 years and never marry her. What are you doing with your life, sir? Respectfully, I want to ask, because there's a time where you need to make a decision and say, this is who I'm going to walk my life with. And once you make that decision, God opens doors for you.
What should the public expect from you, and how are you going to balance marriage and the gospel?
I'm excited. The public, I don't know. The public shouldn't expect anything. What you should look for, you should look for me preaching the gospel every single day that I get an opportunity to, with all my faith and ability. Balancing is going to be easy because Joanne, I married a woman who understands the vision, who's with it, who works with it, and wants to be a minister too. And we're working together into doing that. So it's going to be very easy to do that.
Who are your idols and why?
Well, number one is my father, Pastor Jackson Ssenyonga. I love him. He's dedicated. He has shown the consistency. Sometimes you can see people from afar and you don't know what takes underneath to build that platform. Or you can hear people speak and then you know they're living different lives. But with PJ and Pastor Jackson Ssenyonga and Pastor Eve, they are set examples. Because what they speak on the platform, they live it out every day. And I've seen it in my own eyes. So he's definitely one of my biggest heroes. And then I have other heroes like TD Jakes, Michael Koulianos, Pastor Mike Todd, Pastor Paul Daughtery, Paul in the Bible. I mean, I got Joseph in the Bible. I got many idols. Many people have built me to where I am today.
Message to the youth who have ill feelings about marriage.
If you're out there in the world, there's an idea that marriage is a prison. It's not. It's a protection. Because in marriage, you have everything that you're going to need. You don't need many people to achieve what God has for you. You don't need many different girlfriends or boyfriends. The thrill of dating is only a thrill. It never satisfies. You can sleep with as many people as you want, but you still won't be satisfied. And you know it in your heart, right? So what is marriage? Marriage is God's way to make sure a man and a woman can do life together. It's a partnership. So make sure when you're dating, don't date to date. Date to marry. That make a conscious decision. That when the person I'm dating, I see myself marrying. If you don't, drop that person.
Marriage has ups and downs. How are you going to handle that?
With strong guidance, strong counseling. Life has ups and downs, right? And so what you're doing is you have a partnership, and so you have to go through with it. If I'm weak in a season, I know Joanne is going to be strong for me. If she's weak, I can be strong for her. And so once we partner together and we have a goal that we have our mind set to, nothing can stop us. Even if trials come, even if heartbreak comes, even if pain happens, we know that we're here. And do what happens, I know she's committed to me, and she knows I'm committed to her. And once two people are committed, it's very hard to break it apart.
What plans do you have? Do you have plans of transforming the life of youth, especially those in the church?
Yes, we have to dominate the world. We have to change the generation. There's a mandate on our generation to be a symbol and a light for generations to come. We have a mandate to preach the gospel in this time. We have a mandate to go to universities. We have a mandate to go to schools, to different places, and preach the gospel as loud and as big as we can. That is our mandate. And here at Christian Life Church and in the Awakening, we're calling all young people to stand up and to rise up and to stand for the gospel. And so when you talk about plans, we have plans to do crusades in all parts of the country. To do worship sessions and have people have personal encounters with God. Because what I know is once you get an encounter with God, your life can never be the same.
TV, the workers and all that, and you fundraising for the wedding on TV. How did you take on all this pressure?
For me, it didn't even concern me in any of the slightest way.
Really?
Whatever people talk about is not for me. I have my life that I'm living, and if you talk good, you talk bad, it won't affect me. Okay. So if you come and people say, "Oh, Joshua, you're doing so amazing," okay, good, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Okay. Joshua, you're terrible, good, I'm gonna continue what I'm doing. When you're focused on a goal and you're focused towards a place that you're going, everything else is a distraction. Yeah. And so most of those things weren't even true. And if you do the research behind it, you realize that none of those things were true. Yeah. And so it didn't faze me or affect me.
Like how much did you spend on the wedding?
That's personal. I'm not gonna say anything.
Come on. You want to inspire someone out there that wants to do the same thing that
Let me tell you, I paid for my vacation. Okay. I paid for my ring.
Let's estimate roughly how much was it?
There's no numbers gonna be thrown around. I paid for the venue. I paid for the TV, the production,
the broadcasters.
There's so many different. I can get a list out, but whoever is doing a wedding, we want to do support.